It's time to talk business. It's business time with Mike Weinstein. KTAR News on 92.3 FM.
You know, the thing I love about just life in general is we all, and it starts from an early age, we all have dreams. We all have things that we want to accomplish. We all have bucket lists. And as you get older, they don't go away. They might change, but you still have dreams. And even when you're on the deathbed or you're in hospice, you know, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how old you are. We all have dreams. And I'm really excited about our next guest, Caitlin Cromit from DreamCatchers. Now, Caitlin, I've violated talk show rule number 1. Didn't ask you how to pronounce your last name. And so we're taught in radio, you just kind of go with whatever you make up. So maybe you can correct it for us. But Caitlin, tell us a little bit about DreamCatchers and welcome to It's Business Time.
Thank you so much. Yes, so DreamCatchers Foundation is a nonprofit that I started back in high school, and our mission is to fulfill the final dreams of hospice patients. So these are terminally ill patients with 6 months or less to live, and they're typically elderly, though not always. And kind of the second fold of our mission is to bridge the generational gap. So I really saw a need for, you know, the youth to interact more with these elderly people that have kind of built these communities. So the DreamCatchers chapters are at these high schools and colleges, and they work with their local hospices to grant these final dreams of the patients.
And when we're talking about final dreams and things like that, give us some examples of some of the dreams that you've made come true, even from small to large, because you talked about bringing in young people to help them, which I think that's fascinating, just to have kids, teenagers, and college students giving back.
Yeah, of course. So some dreams can be more extreme than others, of course. A lot of them tend to have to do with getting their loved ones together. Sometimes they don't get to see their family very often, so that's a big one. But some more exciting ones we actually had a 105-year-old woman who wanted to go up in a hot air balloon, and so we had a bunch of high school kids arrange that for her, and you know, she was the oldest one up there, but she was having a blast. And another one can be, there was a club in Florida, and they had a man who wanted to go over to the beach one last time, and unfortunately he was too sick to actually go anywhere, so the kids were super creative and came up with a way to kind of bring the beach to him, and they decorated his whole room. They brought in a big sandbox, and they brought in fake palm trees, and they just kind of gave him that tropical paradise feeling. So and then, of course, we have a bunch of family reunions, big dinners, a man who just wanted a rib dinner, and so we brought in
that's my kind of guy right there.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a lot of fun, and he got his whole family together and just chowed down on ribs one last time. So they really range, and it's really awesome to see what these kids can put together.
If you'd like some more information about DreamCatchers, go ahead and text the word DREAM to 411-923. Again, text the word DREAM to 411-923. You know, one of the things, Caitlin, that I find fascinating about getting older is how our priorities and even our dreams evolve over time. And what do you find when you're dealing with hospice patients, especially those that are up there in age? I mean, what are their focuses on? Is it family? Is it legacy? I mean, how do you see it different from dealing with younger people?
Yeah, it's definitely something that has really taught me a lot. And being a young kid starting this, I didn't really interact with a lot of elderly people that often, and I tend to see that in a lot of these kids that start these chapters. And I think what's really cool about DreamCatchers is that it does teach them to kind of appreciate who is in their life and what they have right now, because a lot of these people want the simplest things, like that rib dinner I told you about. But really the main request that we get is just family reunions, just getting the family together one last time. And a lot of these people don't see their grandchildren very often. They're either across the country or they're just, too busy, as a lot of us get caught up in our own lives. And seeing these kids see what these older patients are asking for, I think really changes their perspective, because it's all about family and love and just kind of the life that you've been lucky enough to live for so long. And so that's something that's really cool that they're able to learn at such a young age.
All right, so there seems like a lot of different ways to get involved, and I want to talk a minute or two just about the youth and the volunteers. How does a parent get their kids involved? Or what if we have a young person riding in the car right now and says, this sounds like a fantastic idea. I experienced a loved one in hospice, and I want to start a chapter. I want to get involved in a chapter. How would they go about doing that, and what would that be like?
Yeah, so we try and make it as easy as possible for these kids because we know that they're super busy and have a lot of things going on. But it's a really entrepreneurial opportunity for them because if a kid wants to start a club in their high school, they're able to just reach out to us, reach out to our program. We give them all of the materials they need. And then basically they start this chapter from scratch and they get their friends involved. They connect themselves with a local hospice. We obviously help them with these connections, so it's not hard at all for them to get started. But it really gives them an opportunity to start something that's their own. And it kind of becomes their baby. And we see that these kids really grow with this organization. They learn these skills like fundraising. They fundraise for their own club. They learn how to reach out to local businesses and ask them for support. So it's really an awesome entrepreneurial opportunity in that way. And a lot of these kids will go on to, maybe start their own businesses, or a lot of them go into nursing programs. And so that's a really cool way that they can get involved. And reaching out to us, we can always tell the kids if there's any clubs in their area. We always have. Sometimes we have clubs that are multiple ones in a certain city, and they can work together and they can partner up to complete these dreams as quickly as possible. So that's always cool. If we have, 5 different chapters in one smaller town, then they can all work together. So basically reaching out, getting on our website and seeing how to start a club. It's a really simple process, but it's really an awesome opportunity for them.
Yeah, and what a great concept, and I'm sure that you guys are willing to take donations. I'm thinking of the money that my wife and I donate each year to different charities. What a great way to make the dreams come true of those that we're going to lose soon, but also financially give to an organization that's giving young people a voice and young people a chance to participate. But if I have a loved one, or we have someone that is going to be maybe going to hospice or whatever the case is, what's the process like for that? How do I get somebody sponsored?
Yeah, so eventually we're going to be in every area where if any hospice patient has a dream, they're able to have it granted by DreamCatchers. So right now we're in about 12 different states across the country, so we have various chapters here and there. But basically the chapter needs to be connected with a local hospice. So if we get a request from a patient that's a part of a certain hospice and maybe there isn't a chapter there yet, then that's always a good catalyst for us to kind of try and find a student at a local high school and get that dream granted. So reaching out to our organization, going on our website, checking out if there's a chapter in that area where that hospice is a great start. And then if not, reaching out to us, and we would always love to try and get one started there anyway to get that dream granted.
Well, if you want to go on the website, check it out. Text the word DREAM to 411-923. Again, text the word DREAM to 411-923 if you have a loved one in hospice, going to hospice, or you have a child that you'd like to get involved in this. Great opportunity. Again, text the word DREAM to 411-923. We have about 45 seconds. Caitlin, how did you get into this? Where do you get your passion from?
I started volunteering with hospice at a very young age, just with my older sister, and I actually saw the movie Patch Adams with Robin Williams.
Loved that movie.
Yeah, it's so great. And he filled that pool of spaghetti for that older woman whose dream was to swim in a pool of spaghetti. And that's kind of the huge catalyst for DreamCatchers, was that this made this older woman so happy. And I thought, why not do this for anyone that's in hospice to celebrate their happy ending and celebrate their life.
How many kids you got involved?
We have probably over 20 to 30 clubs across the country, so quite a few. We're excited to grow even more, though.
All right, Caitlin from DreamCatchers, appreciate you spending some time with us on this Saturday afternoon. If you'd like some more information about DreamCatchers, what a great organization. They definitely can use your resources, your financial donations, partnering children with those that are dying. Again, text the word DREAMS to 411-923. Appreciate everybody spending a few moments of their time with us on this Saturday. This is It's Business Time, where we're here each and every week to help grow jobs, grow the economy, and grow the great state of Arizona.